lot of times I recommend a continuous glucose monitor. I want them to see in real time how things are affecting their body, how they feel, and to look on their continuous glucose monitor, CGM, and say, okay, I feel weird and funky because that was spike, or I'm actually at a low and I need to be more consistent with my eating. Everyone's different on what they find. Some people find that if they eat smaller meals throughout the day, that works better for them. It works better for their overall inflammation and their numbers drop dramatically. Other people find that if they balance their meals better, eating protein, fat, and fiber at a meal, making sure that they have those pieces in their blood sugar stabilizes. People also find that the order that they eat that meal in, right? If they have fiber, protein, and then the complex carbohydrates, they actually do a lot better than if, say, they just eat a carb heavy meal. Everyone's a little bit different. I've had situations where some people will drink a lot of coffee on an empty stomach, and then they'll have a couple glasses of wine in the evening. And just based on their family history, that is enough to drive up into diabetes range. Everyone is different. So it's important to find out what your triggers are and what things you need to modify. Because social media says, hey, you need to do this, this, and this in order to fix it. But that's not necessarily the case. The other thing that I tend to do at the get-go is I do use berberine in order to help to stabilize blood sugar, especially until I see a micronutrient test on what somebody really needs from a nutrient perspective. So I do use berberine. I'll put a link to that below. Everyone is different on what works for them and what they need, and there's multiple ways to address this, but I do love a CGM to really drill down and figure out what works for you, as well as nutrient testing. And then I feel like everything else is individualized on how you need to move forward just based on where you're having issues and what your blood work shows. If you want to work with me, I'll put a link below. I'll put a link for the berberine, and follow me for more tips.